What's up, guys? Here we are finishing down red $2,800. Holy smokes. $2,800 bills gone out of my account, erased. So, what happened? Well, a lot of stuff happened today. It was wild. IMPP was wild. All energy stocks were just going wild today, and it wasn't really in a good way. It was in a very volatile, very feared based way. Shorts had a good day, is my guess. There was more stocks halting down, more stocks crashing or flushing or faking out than there were just cleanly ripping. Now, what did me in today was being overly aggressive too early in the day, and that's a risky thing to do, and that's exactly what I did today. I started the day thinking, I start every day thinking, start slow. But today, for some reason, I wouldn't even say today, but it's just the way IMPP has been in the past, how it was yesterday, how energy stocks have been in general, and how fast it ripped up at this open today. It opened about right here at 9:13. At some point, it started to go pretty quick. A lot of green on the tape. It started to go, so I was in 750 shares. My first fill was around 912, I believe. I started adding at 920, 930, even the final add at around 955. When it was all said and done, I was in with 3,700 shares. And now I was in the green pretty good because this went all the way up to 970. And at the time, it looked just like it was just going to go straight through 10. And that could have happened, of course. But it didn't happen. And it flushed a lot faster than I anticipated. And I almost froze. I did freeze a little bit because I was in a really, really good trade. And I was like, yep. This thing's going to be, $3,000 winner, or at least a $1,500 winner. Before I know it, it's going red, and I hesitated for a little bit, but I did sell, thankfully, because it did drop into a halt around 825. I got out at around 855, I believe. Let me see if I can show orders. Okay. I'm sorry if you can hear some blowing in the background. The neighbors are doing yard work. I don't know if it's even worth doing that. It never really loads easily. There. That's my little trick I realized. Excuse me. Okay, so it's not popping up. Anyways, I lost $1,800 in this opening trade within the first minute of the day. $1,800 red, and that sort of just set the tone. I was able to scout back to now. Had I been more aggressive on this recovery, probably could have got back to green and then had a little bit more hope for the day. But yeah, even if I had gotten back to green and continued trading, I would probably have gone back to red, just because it was just everything was crashing. There was pops, yes, there was pops, but INDO crash, IMPP crash, and these are all energy stocks that are interconnected in a way. So if IMPP, if INDO is crashing, well then IMPP is going to have a higher likelihood of crashing, and that's what happened. It's a little disappointing that it didn't break 975 here and give us a tap of 10. I would have marketed out probably, and it would have been a nice $2,000 win, but it turned into an instant $1,800 loss. Now USEG, I saw someone talking about it, and I figured I would, test it out. It was the biggest mistake in my life, and I've realized that when you start listening to other people, that's just it's not good. At least for me. Had I not looked at what the other person was doing, had I not even, looked at what or listened to what he was trading, I wouldn't have taken a $760 loss. I don't even know why. It wasn't even on my radar. The only thing that was on my radar is IMPP, and rightfully so. Just so happens that it just was not the day to be a super aggressive on it. It was a great day to be very relaxed. So what upsets me more than IMPP is USEG, just because it was totally unnecessary. Didn't have to happen. Wasn't a stock I was watching. I bought high. It was very erratic. It was one of those stocks where you knew that there was, some market maker or some big player that was, messing with your orders. It was like that kind of thing where you put your order in and then they jump the bid up one, or you put your sell order in and then they do like a quick little mini drop, and then you get scared and you mark it out for a 20-cent instant loss because they just open up the spreads on you. So USEG was very sketchy, and it should have never happened. IMPP, I took the $1,800 loss. Now, previous to this loss of 760, I had gotten down IMPP to around $1,400 red. That would have been a great spot to stop. I ended up doubling that red day. I traded a little past what I should have. I knew even after that first red $1,800 loss, it was like, well, I should have just stopped there. That would have saved me, $1,000. I could have stopped at 1,800. That would have saved me $1,000. But still, I didn't trade past 830 really. So I didn't do in a very egregious overtrading, but I did take a few more stabs. One being USEG, which never should have happened, and then IMPP. Obviously, I'm back at negative 2,000 on it from negative 1,400. And it just wasn't, yeah, I could have caught this. This would have been great, but it was very choppy in this area. And after that big loss, I just didn't have the confidence to hold through any sort of chop. I was already past my max loss on the day. And I was talking about this yesterday, how, I was on a hot streak, considering that in the past, since February 18th, I've made $42,000 since February 18th. A $3,000 pullback is not end of the world. Now, if I let this anger and frustration carry me, influence my decisions for the rest of the week, and I start rolling that frustration into some bad trades, then it could get a lot worse. But right now, as we sit, I'm up $2,700 on the week. If I could scrape my way up to $5,000, $6,000 in the week, that's a decent week. Yeah, today was unfortunate, but I'm trying not to get so down on myself. I mean, it's the way it goes with trading. Is you're not. This could have broke 975, but the way trading works is it's gonna work, and then sometimes it's not gonna work. And it really looked like it was gonna work today, and I don't know what happened. I don't know if there was news. I don't know if there was already a pre-existing knowledge in the market that I could have known to have prevented me. But I think, thinking back, it's like, well, you're not supposed to be that aggressive at the open. Had I just gotten in with 750 shares or 1,500 shares instead of 3,700, the loss would have been just a fraction of what it was. But also on the other side, had this broken 975, which it looked like it was about to go even parabolic straight into a halt up. I looked at the halt, because I was looking at the halt level. I was like, I'm pretty sure the halt level was 980, and by the time I looked back from my other display, it was already crashing. And before I knew it, it was red 2,000. And I stuttered a little bit. I was like, no, you got to cut it, because this thing, if this drops more, which it did, you're gonna lose. I could have lost more, because it dropped even 30, 40 cents from where I sold out. So 30, 40 cents on 3,700 shares is another $1,200. I could have lost $3,000, even above $3,000 in one trade. Now I ended up basically losing $3,000 today. But I did get a little experience today. That's good. USEG should have never happened. IMPP, whatever. It's the way it is. You just gotta brush it off, and tomorrow I'll probably have to be tomorrow I'm gonna have to be a little wiser about how I start the day. I don't want to have another red day. If the market starts to slow down now, that's to be expected after a really hot streak like I've had, being that last week was my best week ever. I've broke a lot of records in just the past month of time. So, so I'm not gonna try to let it get on me too much today. Of course, it is, getting on to me. Like I have to go get a new alternator for my car, and it's like $200, and it's like, well, it feels like a lot of money to spend $200 on that part, but it's like, well, I just lost 2,800, and I like to say it didn't need to happen, but it's just what happens in trading. If you're gonna be a trader, this is what's gonna happen. So it's sort of the drawback that no one really likes to talk about, but I'm still up a $2,000 daily average. So if I can get refocused here and keep the losses tight, I can have a $500,000 year. So I don't need to beat myself up too much. I'm making more money than pretty much every kid that I know of my grade level. I don't know of any kid my grade level is making as much money as me. And I'm not saying that out of arrogance. I'm just saying that out of trying to make myself feel better, because it hurts. It hurts to lose $2,800 before 8 a.m. I went to McDonald's today, and everyone's going about their day. No one cares. No one knows. And then same for when you go in public, you don't know what other people are dealing with. Someone cuts you off, someone's driving erratically. Yeah, they might just be a douchebag or an asshole, but you don't know what other people are going through, and it's just if losing $2,800 is the worst part of my day, I mean that's not even a bad day. I would say. I mean it could be a lot worse. So. All right, I'm going to cut it there before this video gets too long. It always takes so long for it to process on HD, so I'm going to cut it right here. Get on with my day. I'm going to be back at it tomorrow. Hopefully a green day. So take it easy, guys.